And What's New to BGA brings you Viva Catrina, a tile placement collection game. See here, currently not a whole lot of ratings or information down yet. There's 58 ratings. We're current rated 7.5. This is one of the games that is coming out digitally first. I don't have any information. There was nothing on BGG about, French first and then English or what case, but, it's a relatively new game for sure. It is definitely on the lighter end, and the weight there shows that. 2 to 6 players, about 30 minutes. This one plays okay turn-based. It's like any other quick card-based game. You basically are going to draw one, play one, real simple, real light. So it can be a little basic for turn-based. Now everybody's going to get a random starting space. You'll see you have 2 different color paths. You have the pay paths, which is this one here with the little bricks, and then you have the blooming trails, which is these little flower with the butterflies. Every space also starts with a stall of one kind, so I started with the fruit stand here. During your turn, you're going to take one of the outside tiles. So you can see my opponent took this space, so now I have these 2 as my option. Or I can come over on the right-hand side and pick one of these 2 as my options. When you place a tile, it goes anywhere adjacent to another spot. You don't have to line up pathways perfectly, but to score a lot of the items, the pathways need to connect back to your starting tile. This is a 2 or 3 player board. The number of rounds right here is equal to the number of players on the game. So in 2 player, we're going to play through 2 different boards of tiles. In a 3 player, you'd play 3, and then a 4 player would play 4, but the board's slightly different. Now here I'm about to enclose a chimera. You see there's a small 4x4 space here that will fit this monkey here. So when I hit confirm, the tile will automatically get placed in that area. If I was to create a bigger space there where this one would fit, the rhinoceros, then I would get that tile instead. If I'm able to close this 2x4, then I can get the bigger rhinoceros tile here, which is worth a little bit more points. Do notice that these are limited though, so you need to make sure to grab them, or if they're running low, you maybe not want to enclose more areas. And since these skulls here are on my path and they're connected to my starting tile, these do count towards points for the end of the game. This butterfly here though, I'm going to have to try to link it around here to try to get it on this path here so it's connected to my starting one so I can score its points. Then you see this cart here on this space now. This simply says I get 1 point for every green balloon I have on paths connected to my starting spot. So obviously this needs to be connected, otherwise I'm not going to be able to score it. So I'll place it here, rotate around, and now it's connected to my starting spot. So now I score 1 point for every green balloon. Green balloons, once you get 3, you're going to get the balloon. So once you have 3 of any color balloon, you get it. And then if you happen to get 6 of them, you flip them over. The sooner you get these tiles, the sooner and more points they're worth. They get worth less and less points. All right, so we'd keep going until all these tiles are gone. Once they're all gone, we'd clear it, we'd draw a new set, and then we'd go through all those, and then the game would be over. So let's go over scoring a bit. So like I said, once you get 3 balloons of the same color, then you'll get the tile that looks like so, and then once you get 6, you flip it over for the points there. Chimeras earlier, but you see where you place them, and then they're simply just worth the points listed on the card, so 3 and 5. So everyone here starts with 1 stall on their starting card, but then if you can get more stalls, you get more points for unique ones. And once you get all 6, you can see you score 25 points. Now I started with the fruit stall. If you ever add another stall that you already have, instead of getting more points, you actually get to draw a card out of the bag and add it to your area. And then lastly, the butterflies and the visitors are pretty simple. Butterfly, again, connected to the main path are worth 2 points each, where you see this butterfly is not connected, so it does not count. And then visitors are the little people here. If they're connected to your main starting tile, again, they're worth 1 point. Again, this little guy here is worth 0 points because he's not connected. And then lastly, the altars. Altars all have special scoring. If you click on the little question mark down here, it'll actually kind of show you all the altars in this little cheat sheet, so you can kind of see where they are what's possibility and what they score. But in my earlier example, I showed you I got the +1 point for every green balloon. So not only did I get my points for my green blue card, but then every green balloon I got after would have scored me points. If you leave the default options on, the score in the top right will continue to grow as you play. You can see it list where all the scoring is, how many balloon points you have, how many altars you have, how many chimera points you have, butterflies, people, and then stalls. And then it gives you a nice running total. Notice that pathways do not have to match up. So here I wanted to connect my flower pathway together. So I did so, which sacrificed these two guys here. They'll never be able to score unless I can somehow connect them, which I wasn't able to. And then you can see the score at the end. Then you can see balloon points going down the scoring again. These are obviously the balloon cards you have. They might be on the 3 side or the 6 sides. Then you score your points for your chimeras, then your points for your stalls, your points for your visitors, your points for your butterflies, and then lastly, points for your altars. This is a pretty solid 7 for me. This is a game that if anybody wanted to play, I'd play it with them. I enjoyed it. I did like how you could see all the tiles that can come out. Obviously comparing this to Carcassonne, one of the granddaddy of tile placement games, I always played the variant in Carcassonne where you draw 3 tiles and then you always kind of at least have a hand. So I like in this one I have 4 to choose from usually, and I did find myself a lot of times going, nope, can't take that one because that'll give them this piece, which is really good. And that's just how it goes sometimes. And at the end of my last game that I played, my opponent had choices, and one tile was really good for me and one was not. And of course, he picked the one that was really good for me. So I do like that. There's a little bit of interaction of basically taking what your opponent needs. And not only can you take what your opponent may need, but you can also not take the tile before it and try to wait for them because maybe the tile they need helps both of you, and you make them take the other tile and then you snatch the one that helps both of you. It's a really quick game in both turn-based and real-time. I enjoyed the real-time game that I got in here before recording this video. So if you haven't checked it out yet, go ahead and check it out. As always, I've been the Digital Board Gamer. Good luck and have fun.